Now, what was the charge you were facing initially?
You know, they it was multiple charges. They trump them up, so some will stick, but it was armed robbery, false imprisonment a couple times, like kidnapping, burglary, theft. It was a lot. It was like 8 felonies altogether, and they all stuck. They all got indicted for all of them, and we beat it.
Now, this is something you had to turn yourself in. This is something you got snatched up.
Yeah, it was all the same day. Like, when it happened, the day it happened, the day I got caught, and went for the ride,
They put you in jail, county jail.
Right.
And how much time did you have to spend in county jail?
I was in there about a year, fighting the case. Just fighting the case, going through the whole motion, every motion. I was in there fighting for everything.
Did they give you a bond at all?
Yeah, it was not at first, but then after a couple months I was in there. Then they let me get a bond. Bond was like $100,000. So it was either pay the bond or pay the lawyer. So I went on and paid the lawyer, and it worked out for me.
Now, how did you go about choosing a lawyer, especially while you're already locked up?
I had a couple interviews. I interviewed about 5, 6 attorneys while I was in there.
These were attorneys that maybe your family lined up for you, or?
Right, I had family outside working for me, or working with me,
And you chose the lawyer out of the 5.
Right.
How do you go about choosing? Is it a chemistry you have with that particular lawyer? Is it their record, how many times they were able to beat charges and that sort of thing? How do you go about choosing when you're interviewing 5, especially while you're locked up?
They just gotta know, what I'm saying? I guess it is like a chemistry or a vibe or whatever. They gotta know you, what I'm saying, be related or relate to you, in order to understand how you think, how to get you out of it, how to, create a defense for you, and they want to create that defense and beat the case with you or for you, so it just has to be in them, and like a regular interview, interview anybody, like to get whatever, it just gotta make sense. You just gotta feel their energy, their chemistry, their vibe, and the lawyer I chose, he was a great lawyer. He went all out for me, Lawyer Jones. It was great, He understood, he worked well with my family, and he knew what we was up against, and he went to bat for us.
Now, while you were locked up, what was going through your head? You're in there for a year.
Shit. It was like, I ain't gonna ever get out. It was really a roller coaster for real. Because once you in there and you hit them charges and you know that you learn that they can hold you for X amount of months till they indict you, then they can indict you on the last day like they did me. They don't care, basically, They don't care how you cry, you yell, do whatever. You ain't getting out that door till they say, pack it up, And it's wild. You gotta have a strong head, A lot of strong folks break down in them, so to come out with a level head, you gotta say a lot about somebody,
Was this the first time you were ever in county jail, or have you experienced that before?
That was the first time, I went for the gusto. If I'm gonna play with my life, it gotta be worth it. Well, that was what was on my mind back then, I wasn't just finna go in for no TVs or, nothing crazy like electronics and that shit. I wanted to strike big, and that's what I was gunning for, the treasure. I want the treasure. I don't want no crumbs.
Now, how quick did you pick the attorney to represent you after you get locked up? Was it a week in? Was it a month in?
Yeah, it was like a month, cause a couple months maybe. Cause you know they first give you the public defender. He came in and was like, all right, these are the charges. This is what they offering you. It was like a mandatory minimum of 10 years. You know, that's, and I was like, what? He was like, if you take it to trial, 70. I was like, no, what? So he was basically like, they offering 10 years. He ain't care about no defense, none of that. So he didn't care about me, and I could tell like how he was handling. Like, it doesn't matter, you're just another one. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to get thrown away. You know what I'm saying? I was, no, not 10 of them guys for nobody. So, I filed, I forget what it's called, but I switched attorneys, you know what I'm saying? That's when I started the interview process, you know, and I lucked up. I ain't gonna lie, it was God blessing somebody, you know what I'm saying, something that got me out of that situation and here in front of you.
Deep down inside, did you think you were going to beat this?
I knew it was a strong possibility, yes, because of who, you know what I'm saying, the victims were and their occupation. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no 9-to-5ers, no, you know what I'm saying, no neighbors, you know what I'm saying, a family or nothing. It was like, you know, a part of the game. They know it's a part of the game. So, you know what I'm saying, like if it was a regular Joe Schmo, you know what I'm saying, they probably would have told and it would have been over with. But because of who it was and what we was looking for, it worked out, man. You know what I'm saying? Really, it worked out for me.
What was your lawyer's thoughts throughout this whole thing? Was he confident this was something that could be beaten?
Oh yeah, it was a lot in my favor, you know. So the victim statements, and they couldn't find the victims, and a victim had got locked up for, and if, this how we beat it. I'm gonna tell you, the victim got locked up while we fighting. So if they would have testified on us, they would have lost their case. You know what I'm saying? So basically, case dismissed on our end, so he can free himself. And you know what I'm saying? Whoever you are, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Lesson learned, you know what I'm saying? We moving on.
Did you have time to study your case at all while you were locked up in county?
Oh yeah, I was in there a year. I studied everything I could read. Like, if it had words on it, I was reading it, studying it. Yeah, I'm trying to get out. 10 years is a long time. I'm still supposed to be in there, you know, like 10 of them guys.
So, did it come to a point where there was a trial? Were charges dropped before you reached trial?
Oh, no. They kept every one of them. They wanted, we got to go up under the jail. So, but, you know, with what happened with the victim, you know what I'm saying, and their testimony not being, what's the word, adequate, you know, or, so they couldn't use it, basically, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't have nothing or no one against me in this case. So they couldn't do, they pleaded down, I beat all of them except one, plead out to one of them, you know what I'm saying, caught a 5-1, first offender, 5 years on probation, you know what I'm saying, and the rest is history. I've been out them folks' face, out their way, I don't want to see them, look at them, say hey, none of that, you know, and keep moving, that's it.
I see. So, if you violate in those 5 years, what would happen?
They can try me on the original charges, on the original 8. The judge told me straight up, and said, if I see you again, you getting 20, straight up and down. And I'm in no position to do 20 for you, sir. And I don't know, it be like they be wanting to give it away too, like, ugh. Like, no remorse, no none of that. You know what I'm saying? I understand, but ugh. That's a hell of a job. Tell somebody young, anybody really 20 years, like, you know what I'm saying? Damn. For like 10 seconds of your life, a minute of your life, 10 years. That shit be crazy. And they be ready and willing to give you them football numbers so you can put that jersey on, that seatbelt on and ride. And I'm out them folks' face. I'm right here in front of Smallz, you know what I'm saying? Trap checked out. Sweet James ain't shit sweet, you did.
When you finally get out of county jail, what were you thinking?
I need some money, but I ain't trying to go back, you know what I'm saying? This man just told me 20 years if he see me again, so I'm not trying to go back. And it's hard, you know what I'm saying? With those charges, ain't no jobs for real. And you gotta do a hell of a lot of shit you need to go get a trade or some shit. Anybody get out of jail, you don't know what to do, go find a trade, my nigga. Don't fuck all the extra stuff. Go get a trade and you'll be all right. But I was out here, you know what I'm saying, working odd jobs, you know what I'm saying, warehouse, you know what I'm saying, trying not to get my hands dirty. And if I got them dirty, I wasn't trying to get them too dirty. You know what I'm saying? It needed to be something safe. I wasn't trying to hit no licks or none of that, you know what I'm saying? That's the crazy way. On probation, then go do the same shit again? Hell nah. So you gotta switch it up, you know what I'm saying? What I was thinking in there, back to what I was thinking, I had to switch it up, you know what I'm saying? What else can I do? You know what I'm saying? Everybody that I was with was trapping. So shit, why not trap something else? You did what I'm saying? So why not go another way, take another lane? It's plenty of ways to get money that ain't involving kicking doors and et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? So really I don't know, you gotta play it how it go, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But really stay out them folks' face is the main thing. So whatever I gotta do to stay out their face is done, really, because them folks will take your life away and not even care, not bat an eye. So I don't want to put myself in that position again, and I'm not. So you just gotta get smarter, and you're gonna take a lot of losses trying to get the way you're trying to go, but it's worth it, because shit, I'd rather take 10 years of losses out here than every day a fucking loss in there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no money, it ain't no family, no girls, none of that. You're over with it now. So I don't care how hard a nigga be trying to sound. That shit is for the birds, really, nigga. And they only in like Cajun birds. So what the fuck y'all, what you think? Like, hell no. We made the news when we was in there one time, the AC went out. Hell yeah, it was on the news. We was on the news, we wasn't locking down because the AC went out. But they ain't care, you see what I'm saying? It ain't no bars, it was a door. And it ain't no vents. You know what I'm saying? The vents wasn't blowing on AC. It's summertime in Atlanta. And hell no, it's a meat locker. It's 3 folks in a room. Fuck that.
What county jail were you located at?
I was in Clayton County, boy. The worst. They don't play the radio. I don't play the radio, but them folks don't play the radio, boy. Them folks, Also on that ass niggas. Hell nah, that shit just, I don't even see how that job, I don't see how you can have that job, really, and be going that, hell nah, that's like they get a kick out of it. That's why I be out their way. All right, how you doing? Yeah, all right, now. Go on about my business. I don't got, that's all
How young were you when this ordeal all took place?
I was 19.
Still a teenager.
Yeah, 19. They ain't care. Adult. Give them 20. Yeah, I was 19. Fresh out of, I ain't even make it out of a year out of high school. I graduated and everything. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no dumb kid. But shit, when you need money, you know what I'm saying, and you don't know what the fuck to do to get that shit, you know what I'm saying, besides get a job, because everybody telling you to get a job, go to school, but shit, school $100,000 goddamn dollars. Ain't nobody in your family got 100,000. So why the fuck I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying, take out a loan for 100 bands, and I couldn't do it, you know what I'm saying? I tried to go to school, but they was like, it's too much, basically what the price was, so I ain't go. And it's like, what I'm gonna do? And I got caught up, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. House was going in foreclosure. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. And you know what I'm saying? At that age, you don't know what the fuck foreclosure is. You know what I'm saying? You just know that shit's fucked up around here and something need to happen where you can fix it. So, you know what I'm saying? Without being knowledgeable of how to fix it or multiple ways to fix it, you go to the simplest way. Shit. Is XYZ over here? It's gonna be clear. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So I did it. And I suffered the consequences and, you know, paying that debt.
When you get out of county jail for the first time after spending a year, what was the first thing you did when you got out? Absolute first thing.
My family had came pick me up. My auntie, my cousin, they was in the car. My dudes was in the car. We had some they had some wings in the car. I ain't had no real food in forever. So I ate some fucking wings. I don't even know where they was from. They was barbecue, wet as hell, extra seasoned salt on them fries. Then we get to the house, it's a whole goddamn Thanksgiving at that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So ate good, you know what I'm saying? Celebrate. Married, you know what I'm saying? Happily ever after. That shit was an experience, you know what I'm saying? And saying, now that I made it out, a hell of an experience, you know what I'm saying? Life-changing experience. Like, you see shit you'll never see, like adults, you know what I'm saying? Adults. Fighting over fucking honey buns and shit, big Texas and shit. You know what I'm saying? I seen a head get split for a fucking big Texas. You know what I'm saying? I seen a 12 throw a fucking flash bomb, whatever the fuck that shit called. Some modern warfare type shit in a pod, cause them folks was in us, nothing to fuck up, flooding the whole goddamn pod. So goddamn, they going there with the fucking flash bomb on them folks. You won't see that shit nowhere else, you know what I'm saying? So you see a hell of a lot of shit. And that ain't even a half of the shit there, so that's just the PG version.
Now, were you rapping before you went to county jail?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
While you were locked up, did you rap inside?
Yeah, man, I did. Yeah, I was rapping around in the dorm, yeah.
Did you write lyrics and that sort of thing too?
I tried, you know what I'm saying, to find, it was kind of hard, you know what I'm saying, because it's a lot of shit on your mind, you know what I'm saying, and to put it like this, I wrote I did write some songs in there. Some was pretty good, you know what I'm saying, but it was very hard just because the environment, you know what I'm saying, you're not really living in that shit, you know what I'm saying. You're going through a whole bunch of shit, you know what I'm saying, like, it's nothing to think of. How can you make a song about, all them songs in there is pain, man, you know what I'm saying, you miss your old lady, you miss your family, you miss your everything. So it's those kind of songs. It's not no happy, like, you know what I'm saying, we blowing a bag in this bitch and, yeah, you know what I'm saying, it's try, but it's trying, you know what I'm saying, and when I do music or make my music, I don't like to try, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to force myself to do something that I want to do, you know what I'm saying, I desire to do this, I long to do this, so I don't want to try to do it, you know what I'm saying, it just flow effortlessly, and that's how I like it anyway. So it was very hard, but yeah, I had some partners in there, you know what I'm saying, we got them get around, you know what I'm saying, started rapping or whatever.
Did you use any of those songs that you wrote while you were locked up?
Yeah.
Once you got out into the free society?
Yeah, they on the way. They on this the new project I'm working on called The Ballad of Sweet James. You know what I'm saying? It's just basically telling my story, and A couple of those songs are on there, yes.
Now, after you got out, did this experience change the direction of your music?
As far as what you mean?
You were doing music, rap music, before you got locked up.
Right.
You did do some writing while you were locked up. But now coming out of county jail and experiencing, facing 70 years and this, that, and the third, has this ordeal changed your direction of music? Or are you still the same? If you get what I mean.
I think I see what you're saying. But yeah, I'll say yes, it did. Just for the simple fact that I'm more aware of, you know what I'm saying, what I'm saying. So say if I say, go do this and that and the third, I goddamn come back and be like, but if you do that shit, you gotta know that this gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might goddamn win, and you might have won a lot, but everybody take a L one day. So you know what I'm saying? And greed fuck a lot of folks up. It be folks that was up, and that one extra, that one last, just the last motherfucker, that be the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just the last one. You know what I'm saying? That be the motherfucker get your ass bammed up, and you be looking like, damn, I should have stopped. I knew I shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm still the same, but I'ma also talk about I ain't finna lead you the wrong way. You did what I'm saying? So yeah, I ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you not to do it. But at the end of the day, you got the choice to do it. You did what I'm saying? So if you do it, nigga, them folks gonna be at your door. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you do, just make sure you do it the smart way, the safest way. You know what I'm saying? And get that shit and just know the consequences. You know what I'm saying? And be prepared to be prepared to fucking face up to them consequences. You know what I'm saying? Don't switch up. You was just Billy Badass then, be Billy Badass now. Don't switch up. Stay down. How you be the case? Don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna say some shit, make sure y'all say the same shit. You dig what I'm saying? And it should be minimal. Lawyer should be the first thing a nigga say. I need that motherfucker. They ain't gonna wanna give him to you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to, they ain't gonna wanna give you that lawyer if you ask for him that first motherfucking time. But ask for that lawyer, don't say shit. Period.
Have you made a song about this this whole ordeal? I mean, we had talked earlier about, you know, you were writing while you were locked up and there's pain and this, that, and the third, but is there a song that you created just about this whole entire experience? Or, you know, are you kind of like intertwining maybe parts of this throughout the music sort of thing?
Yeah, I throw like little hints. I haven't made like a song just dedicated to this experience, no. But I do throw hints of the situation. They're related, or they're in all of the, not all, but majority of the songs. They're also like the foundation of a lot of songs, just that, you know what I'm saying, that shit don't go away. You dig what I'm saying? So you carry that shit every day. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That shit forever with you. So, you know what I'm saying, it's there. It's always there. It's never left. Even right now, you see what I'm saying? It's there. So, shit, what they call that, trauma? That shit don't go away, guy, you dig? That shit do not go away. So, yeah, it's in there. And I feel like, shit, niggas need to know it ain't shit sweet, like, period. Like, for real, nothing. And that ain't just no, you know what I'm saying, plug, whatever that is. Not nothing sweet out here. Whatever you trying to do, you got to go, you know what I'm saying, through it. You know what I'm saying, with whatever, good or bad.
Legal fees can be expensive. Lawyer fees can be expensive. How much does something like this cost?
Shit, that shit was about 15,000. Yeah, about that, somewhere around there.
Best money ever spent.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's a price for everything. Them folks, you got the right price, all right, you up out of here. And you gotta fight, shit. You'll spend it on some bullshit. So you're like, in order for you to go get that bullshit, you need to be outside. So I don't even be on no bullshit no more. So fuck that.
Throughout this interview, you seem to be in a very good spirit.
Yeah.
Smiling, laughing.
Yeah, life's great.
Why? Maybe somebody going through an experience like you faced might not be smiling and laughing about it.
Oh, trust and believe this. It took a long time for me to get here. Like, you know what I'm saying? To even deal with my thoughts, you did what I'm saying? Like, to go inside jail. To deal with that shit, you gotta deal with that shit. A lot of folks don't give a fuck about your feelings. That's why we don't talk about feelings. You did what I'm saying? So, once you understand that, don't nobody give a fuck, bro. Like, look at me, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. Period. What you going through? I don't care what the fuck you going through. Nobody cares because they got their own shit they going through. You know what I'm saying? So don't take that personal, but take it personal with yourself that you need to boss up, that you need to be strong for yourself because, shit, it ain't nobody here with you. At the end of the day, when you go, it's you. When you sick, it's you sick. It ain't we sick, nigga, you sick. So you got to take care of you. And can't nobody take care of you, or don't nobody know how to take care of you better than you. Because who the fuck know what you want besides you, or what you need besides you? You know what I'm saying? If you want to feel a certain way, you can do whatever you got to do. Don't live for nobody else. Don't be like, whatever the fuck so-and-so said discourage you, or, oh, no, don't do that because you asked them for some advice, or whatever the fuck it is, bro. You can beat whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's 10 years, 20 years, you gonna come home. You gotta go through a hell of a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And be prepared for that shit. And just try to live your life to the fullest in any situation. You know what I'm saying? Try to find the good in any situation. And it'll work out, you know what I'm saying? Them tears gonna fall, that head gonna hurt, all that shit. But it's worth it at the end of the day. Because you learn from all that shit, and it make you a better person once you find a lesson in all that shit. It's a lesson in all that shit. So once you figure that shit out, once you find that lesson, you know what I'm saying, you be like, oh, okay, cool. Now I can move forward. Now I can proceed. It's going to be another fucking lesson ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's a little grace period between bullshit. But just know, you know what I'm saying, when that next bullshit or next hurdle come, you know that you can jump that shit because that shit ain't shit. You done been through shit before. I know what I'm saying? Shit a lot, but goddamn. You get what I'm saying? Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Suck that shit up. It ain't the end of the world. Like, everybody done been through shit. So it could always be worse. I don't even like to do that. I don't like to be, but you could be like, damn, under the bridge. Like, I don't like to do that. But shit, you could be like them under the bridge, and you not. So every day you got a 24, you wake up to a fresh 24 hours, man. It's a chance to overcome whatever bullshit, obstacles in your way. And it ain't that big, bro. You can jump over that shit, you know what I'm saying, knock that shit down, whatever the fuck you gotta do. But you can do it, because it wouldn't be in your way if you couldn't. And if you keep that in mind, you can smile just like me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm living, you know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell me shit. I'm very, very firm with who I am. I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm Sweet James. Niggas know I ain't shit sweet. I don't gotta goddamn do all that rah-rah shit. You know what I'm saying? You can overcome whatever the fuck it is, you know what I'm saying? Period.